What is a time that generosity has impacted your life? Were you the giver or the receiver?
So when it comes to generosity, I think I've been on both sides of it. When I was growing up, we had kind of instability, I guess would be the best way of saying it. And my mother did a fantastic job. We always had food on the table. There was never a concern of that. But there was some few times in our life where we maybe didn't have the greatest finances. And I remember clear as day thinking, well, we're doing okay. You know, it's just, we move around and it's not a big deal. It's just the way it's fine, you know. And but I remember one year my sister, she was nominated for like a school program where she was basically gifted. The school had gotten together, raised some money, and they bought some toys for some kids that couldn't really have a great Christmas. And for me, I was like, don't worry about it, it's fine. I didn't really need much growing up, but I remember when she got picked for that, it was kind of like wow, I guess we're in a position where, we couldn't really have a great Christmas, but the fact that other people were able to get together and bless our family, it was crazy in the time. Like, I remember thinking that was so cool. And my sister to this day maybe doesn't know, but I think the fact that whether it's a school program or even just doing individual blessings, I think it's so great. I like paying for the car behind me or doing small things, but I'm really looking forward to when we can provide generosity that will really make a lasting impact on somebody's life.
I have a niece and a nephew, 17, 18 years old, who were in a situation where they needed a place to stay until they could figure out where they were going. And they came to us, and we were able to allow them to stay with us without any financial support for them or any income needed from them. Our budget was able to handle the 2 additional people in our household for about 2.5, maybe 3 months. Mm-hmm. And we were in a position to be able to help them when they did move out, to gift them with a small stipend of such to help them get started. And so that was an opportunity for us to not only, somebody blessed us, and during that process, we were able to bless someone else on the other end. So it kind of happened together at the same time, actually. So yeah, I think that's one of the bigger ones for us here recently.
And we were able to do all of that while operating within our budget.
Yes, you're right.
Well, our son was born, and the next day he was admitted to the NICU, and it was a super crazy emotional time. Like, we were stressed, we were worried. There were so many unknowns. And one thing that we had to figure out pretty quickly was where we were going to go while he was in the NICU. At the time, our house was 45 minutes away from the hospital, and I couldn't fathom leaving our baby at the hospital and going back home and being that far away. So I was actually prepared just to camp out at the hospital in the waiting room and just see how long they would let me stay. Yeah. But that was when we got a phone call from a family member who said, there's a hotel right down the road, and we have booked a room for you guys for the entire week. And they said, everything's paid for, you just need to go check in. And then they even added and said, if you need to stay any extra days, let us know, and we'll pay for that too. And that was such a huge stress reliever. And that whole week that we were there, we had tons of blessings. We had family and friends dropping off food and bringing us gift cards so we could go get dinner. And thankfully, a week later, we were able to go home. And when we got home, our whole house was clean, top to bottom. And we actually had a check on our kitchen table from our church family at the time had taken up a love offering for us just to help pay for any additional charges that we had kind of come up with during that week, and also to help out with Micah not being at work that week. And that was huge. It was so great. And it was just a huge blessing just to have those people loving on us and praying for us and giving of their finances. And it really was humbling and amazing. It was great.
So I was the receiver of generosity, and it wasn't It wasn't a it wasn't a financially life-changing moment for me, but it was an emotionally life-changing moment. I was working, I was in ultrasound school. I worked every minute that I wasn't in school or doing clinicals. And this couple, they gave me, I think it was $100. And to me, in that moment, it was big financially, but more than anything, it was a moment where I said, I want to be able to do this for people. I want to be able to see people who are trying to make it work and are working so hard, and I want to be able to bless them in this way. So that's always been something that's been in the back of my mind. And we did it just the other night. We were at Sonic, and this girl was just so sweet, and we didn't have any cash. And for some reason, they won't let you tip if you don't have cash. And so we went around to the gas station, and we got money out of the ATM, and were able to just give her a larger sum of money than what we would have normally, and it was wonderful.